It's possible
Et yo, tu vois,
that
c'est
this is
Gaming, on
why
se retrouve pour la
everyone
partie 2 de
left.
Stanley Parable. Et là, j'ai en train d'installer un salle de réunion pour voir qu'est-ce que ça fait.
Last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Alors, on va franchir la porte à gauche.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Il avait là.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Non, c'est bizarre. Wesh, mais nous? Mais nous? What the fuck is that?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm? Okay, from the top.
504 viré. Ça, je comprends pas. What the hell?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
C'est bizarre, on dirait que c'était la salle d'un Star Wars là, avec tous les employés. Là. Putain, oui.
When Stanley...
Hein?
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh.
Fuck?
Everything should be...
Did
did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Oh. Ah, ok. Bon. Oh, purée, wow, toutes les possibilités. Waouh, on va aller tout à gauche. Voilà. Mon Dieu. Ok. Je sais pas ce que ça veut dire.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Ah, d'accord, bon, c'est...
All of his co-workers were gone.
Ok,
What
je
could
pense
it
que lui,
mean?
il vient...
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ouais,
okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story.
wesh.
Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Okay.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Jamais à droite. Oui, je... Oh, je voulais éteindre.
You
4B7 et
see,
tout, mais ils sont
the
relous.
line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
Oh,
Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
ouais, je me suis cru dans Star Wars, là. Ah, il part en couille un peu, là. Dans les trolls, là. Attends, on va revenir dans la chambre du premier employé. Ah, c'est la salle.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern.
Non.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No, no,
What
no.
the
Line,
hell? Ah,
you do
vraiment
know
ça.
we're looking for the Stanley parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Purée, ça me détruit le cerveau, les gars. Oh, mon dieu, je comprends rien. Il y a combien de fins dans ce jeu, frère?
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Holy shit. Oh, putain.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget
Oh,
the
d'accord.
adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction? Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go
Ouais, dans
wild.
une boucle.
Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Wesh.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Je suis la ligne. Ça y est, frère.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Non. Laisse la début.
Oh, hold up, what's this?
Alors, c'est un
A
truc blanc.
confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me?
Mais tiens,
Why
le
don't I
démarrage.
get to
Stanley
decide?
meurt.
Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped?
Oh.
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
What?
So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree?
Ah, on est
I'm
là,
not quite
ok.
sure if we're in the destination
Cinquième
or the
redémarrage
journey,
narrateur, lui,
though
c'est
they're
qu'il a
always
déjà
saying
lancé
that
le
life is
jeu.
about
Stanley,
the
c'est
journey
monsieur
and
Islam,
not
mais
the
il a empêché de
destination. So I hope
Ah,
that's
en
where we
pire.
are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well,
Je
in
peux
the
redémarrer en
meantime,
plus.
if you...
Oh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
Ok.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Là, du coup, je suis perturbé, je sais pas.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh mec, je suis perturbé, je sais pas quoi faire.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Ah, il y avait le
Feeling
tuto de la
a
femme
wave of
troublante. Du coup,
disbelief,
attends.
Stanley
Peut-être si je regarde
decided
le
to go
tuto, je
up
sais
the
qu'est-ce qu'il faut que je
stairs.
fasse avec Cosette.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Non, je suis en temps stream. Pour le cas ravalé, il y a quoi là?
There was nothing here. No choice to...
Closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite.
I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Because there's nothing here. When a physical malady of some sort
mal physique
shut
quelconque
down
bloque
your
votre
central
système
nervous
nerveux
system
central.
and you collapsed in front of
Réfléchissez
your
et clignotez
screen.
devant votre écran.
Well, in a situation like this,
Dans
the
cette situation, la meilleure
responsible
chose
thing
à
is to
faire est
alert
d'alerter la
someone
personne
nearby
proche.
so as to ensure that your
Il va
body is
faire
taken
ça,
care of
évacuer
before it
la
begins to
décomposition
decompose.
commence.
Hello?
Donc, je suis mort.
Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the
Je ne bouge
hallway.
pas, mec. Je crois qu'il faut que je fasse quelque chose là, parce qu'il parle plus comme tout à l'heure. Donc je pense qu'il faut que je fasse quelque chose.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on
Un second
board.
joueur,
I
bienvenue à vous.
guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to
Attends,
his
c'était bloqué
boss's
tout à l'heure.
office.
C'était bloqué. C'est un nouveau endroit, les gars.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
What the hell? C'était la fin trop longue, je pense. Oh. Bah, je pense que c'est bon, on va s'arrêter ici parce que je pense qu'on a fait des fins.
Someone was
Je pense en
following
a d'autres, c'est
Stanley.
sûr,
He was
obligé.
sure of
Donc
it.
je vous dis
If he checked
à la
over his
prochaine pour la
shoulder
troisième
now, he
partie.
would surely
Ciao.
catch them.
C'était
It was
Gaming
only a
Game.
matter of
Bye
time.
bye. Attends, qu'est-ce qu'il va venir? Oh. Il y a marqué comme quoi il y a quelqu'un qui me suit. Ça fait peur. Donc on va pas couper. Voilà. Qui me suit? Qui me suit?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Non.
This was not.
Pas seulement je vais voir. Attends, on va voir. Ah, parce qu'il dit, il y a quelqu'un qui suit Stanley. Il dit, regarde au-dessus de son épaule. Mais le problème, comment je vois mon épaule si je vois pas mon corps déjà?
Standing now in this
C'est
incredible
une
room,
question de temps, mais
Stanley
comment
for
je
the
vois
first
mon
time
épaule?
understood but eager to get back to
Putain.
business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Ah, ça me remet à la porte de... Le porte là, quoi. Ça me remet à la porte de gauche.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Oh.
Feeling a wave
Bon,
of
je pense que les gars, on va
disbelief,
s'arrêter.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's
moi,
office.
je dis,
Hoping coming to a
ciao.
staircase,
À la
Stanley
prochaine.
walked upstairs
C'était
to
Gaming
his
Game.
boss's office.
Bye.
PlayStation